Hey, what's up everybody? How we doing? Happy Tuesday, or whatever day you watch this video. So I want to talk a little bit about Max Voland, the upcoming Triple Crown at Anaheim, and takeout moves. What's the difference between hard racing and a dirty move? Before we get into it, EBC Brakes. You guys know them, ebcbrakes.com. Check them out. They're huge supporters. I appreciate it. Clutches, brake pads, rotors, you name it, they got everything. Complete Racing Solutions. You guys know Coach Rob. Coach Rob is the man. Smartest guy in the industry when it comes to education and building stronger, faster, more durable athletes. He's got programs from $20 up, so check him out. And then Epic Garage Designs, guys. That's where I'm at today at the studio. So head on over to the Epic Garage Designs YouTube. Check out the time lapse of the floor being installed. Comment on it. Subscribe to the channel. You're automatically entered to win a Moto Tracks or just an overhead rack or a wall rack for your garage to get stuff off the floor. So without further ado, let's get into this.
You all know exactly who I am.
Okay, so it's always a story when a factory rider doesn't qualify for a main event. It's unacceptable as a factory rider not to make a main event. Do you guys remember this happened to Jeremy Martin at Star Yamaha back in his first or second year? He had a really hard time making main events. Then he won one, and it was like, okay. And then he still had trouble making a couple main events. He had a couple scary moments. It happens, and when it gets in your head, it's almost like a baseball player getting the yips. And I feel bad for Max Voland because this is a direct product of Roger DeCoster bringing him up too soon. I've been very critical of the way he deals with his younger riders. This is a direct result. This is what happens. Now, the way Roger handles people, some people it works, some people it doesn't. He doesn't have a one-size-fits-all management strategy with the way he deals with his riders. Yes, he's forgot more about the sport than I'll ever know, but he doesn't understand something else that I know about people. You treat people different. Some people need positive reinforcement. Some people respond to threats. Some people respond to you're fired. Some people respond to job security. It's different for everyone. And whatever they're doing for Max, it's not working. I fully believe maybe he needs a change of scenery. Maybe he needs to be on Star. Maybe he needs to be on a Honda. Maybe he just needs something different. Because right now it sounds like KTM's a little bit annoyed with him, and I'm annoyed with the way they've treated him. You don't bring a kid straight up out of the schoolboy when he's not planning on being there, and you tell him, oh, yeah, just get comfortable. Well, his first year, he had some good results, and he dislocated his hip. That's a major injury. That's nasty. And what people don't tell you is also, his first year, his sister was thrown off a horse and has been going through major brain, like there's a lot going on in the Voland family. So for people to be calling for his job and saying that he's gifted everything, you wouldn't be farther from the truth. That is so not true. This kid has earned it. That family has earned it. Just because his dad is Talon Voland and his uncle is Tyson Voland, this isn't like, he's not handed anything. Like literally, he has earned it with his results as an amateur. He was so good that Roger DeCoster pulled him from schoolboy. I don't agree with that move, but he earned that. It was not handed to him. He won the Monster Cup on a Super Mini. It's not like he just randomly got this stuff. He earned it. And he's still that talented. And he'll still become one of the top guys. But maybe it won't be in a KTM. Not because they should let him go, because they should manage him differently, or just say, hey, nice try, Max. If I'm his team manager, I walk in the truck after, and instead of yelling at him for not making the main, if I'm Roger, I go over there and I say, man, kid, that's tough. It's racing, it's brutal, it happens. You give him a hug, you tell him, get him next week. And the kid comes out next week and probably podiums. If you go over there and say, you do that again, you're fired, that makes the situation worse. Like, did they not understand that makes it worse? So, yeah, he's been mismanaged from KTM, and while I don't want to coddle him, I also don't want to fully blame him, and just understand he hasn't had a lot of races under his belt, and there's a lot of pressure and expectations put on a kid. And let's not forget, Okay, so you're comparing him to McAdoo, 25 years old. Hampshire, right around 25 years old. Max is 19. Not everybody's Jet Lawrence. Jet Lawrence is the anomaly. But every other, like other people come into their own a little bit later. Look at Enzo Lopes. He's been around for 4 or 5 years. He's finally starting to get some results. And guess what? Max had better results the first round. Just saying. Now, it's funny how Enzo's the hero and Max is the GOAT, but why is that? It's just expectations, but is it fair? Because they've had similar career paths. Enzo's been hurt quite a bit. I mean, this is his 3rd or 4th year, at least, in the pros. I think it's his 4th, whereas it's only Max's 3rd. So why is he the hero and Max is not? Yes, Enzo does pretty good, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think Enzo works as hard as Max does. If I'm starting a team tomorrow and I can pick through all the 250 riders, Max is right up there. Like, I would take him over Enzo any day of the week. Like, seriously, any day of the week, I'm taking him over that. So, but, all right, guys, moving on to my next topic, Triple Crowns. Triple Crowns, I don't like them. People either seem to love them or they're like me and they're kind of, I'm surprised they haven't tweaked the formula just a touch. I do believe the Triple Crown is a good format. The problem you have is there's no build-up. There's no build to the finale. In TV shows, in storylines, we always need a build. This thing peaks and then tanks. Goes boop. Rarely do we have sort of drama that escalates into the third moto. The third moto is usually guys, oh, I just need to get third, or I just need to get second. The way we can fix that, you can't totally fix it, or unless you weight them with points, but I have an easy fix. Every moto has bonus points, championship bonus points. 3 for a win, 2 for second, and 1 for third. That'll keep guys, I mean, think about towards the end of the year, when you think about if you can get 26 points, and you get 9 extra points if you go 1-1-1 at a Triple Crown. That's huge. That really is a game changer, but it's deserved. It's so hard to win a race. And then if you go, 3-3-3 for the overall, guess what? You only got 3 points. Somebody who won one of those Triple Crowns got as many bonus points. Say if somebody has a bad one, then they go, 6-1-1, they got 6 bonus points, and say they get second place overall, you just tied them on points. So I do believe just by keep the current point systems exactly the way they are with the scoring and everything as far as the overall win, just add 3, 2, and 1. First, second, third for your podium, because it's hard to get a podium in these races, and it does make a difference. And if you get a guy that goes 1-1, and then he's in second in the final one, there's still a reason to go after first place. Yes, it's only 1 point, but how many times in the past few years has that 1 point been crucial towards the end of the year? It matters. Trust me, it matters. And now to dirty riding. What makes, with Jason Anderson coming in and just tapping Barcia's front wheel, was that dirty or was that hard racing? It's a fine, fine line, and you almost have to go up to the racer and that's the thing is it's not black or white. There's no, this is 100% bad, this is 100% good. It depends on which guy you are. If you're the guy that gets taken down, you're always pissed. But if it's for position, and it's kind of funny how on the first lap, it's people that don't race won't understand. You can't compare a pass on the first lap with the last lap. There are different rules. You can make an aggressive pass on the last lap, whereas on the first lap, if you do that, you're considered dirty. And it's right, it's situational. What Barcia did to Sexton, in my mind, was borderline. That was right on the edge. That was close to dirty. And now if Sexton pays him back, do I think it needed a punishment? No, but it was definitely dirtier than what Anderson did on the last lap for position to Barcia. Now, even in a heat race, do you really want, if I'm Anderson, I think that move's fine. But do you really want to just poke the beast? Do you really want to be battling for a championship and have someone like Barcia with you on his radar to take out as he thinks he owes you one? To me, that's not a good move. I would have probably taken third in the heat. There's really no bonus. And I mean, listen, y'all signed, there's a grid, and you line up that many guys deep. Starting gate pick doesn't mean that much. It really doesn't. I mean, if you're in the top 10, 15, you're good. As long as you're not on those outside 5 or 6, you have every bit of a good shot to get a good start, which is why I think we should have 2 rows starting, so the heat races have more, so they mean more. It matters, you know. And then if you have a really fast, what if Tomac has a bad heat? And how cool is it? How cool would it be to see Tomac once in a while come from the second row? It'd be pretty badass, you know. Have a whole new set of things to talk about. Hey, the only guy to win from the second row, or second row, it just adds a whole nother element, and it, you know, and less guys go down in that first turn. And the way I describe it is, you know, 2 rows. So you have this guy here, and you add a little bit of separation, and then put the other guy behind him, just like a road race grid, exactly like a road race grid. You save some space, so the starting line doesn't have to be quite as wide as it is right now. So that gives you more dirt to build more track, and it gives you all the top guys battling each other without, you know, somebody who's a lot slower getting in the mix and creating a gap. To me, it's just common sense, better racing, but yeah, when it comes down to what's dirty and what's not, I guess it depends on who you are. But I will tell you this, there are a few hard rules when it does come to this. Somebody comes in and makes an aggressive pass, and both riders hit the dirt, dirty. Never works. Don't do that. That's a guaranteed it's bad. If nobody goes down, most likely it's clean. So there's this and this. Everything in the middle, it's gray, it's situational, and you just have to check each incident and just weigh out. And the problem is it does matter what lap it happened. It does matter what the situation was. Like when Zach Osborne straight T-boned Savachi, yeah, that was okay. Had he done that at round 1 in the first of the season, on the second lap, no, that's not okay. That's completely, you know, that's horrible. Situational. So it's not as easy to judge as you guys think. But all right, guys, remember, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and then check out All Day Every Day. I'm trying to get that channel monetized. If you guys could, I would really appreciate it if you do me a solid and head over there and subscribe to that one. Yeah, I'm trying to do more of this YouTube stuff, and I just need to get that second channel monetized, and hopefully I can get that thing to take off. So, all right, guys, thanks. Catch you later.